Welcome to the Crofton Warrior Podcast, the only podcast with an in-house smoke machine. I'm Jack.
I'm Quinn.
Today, we are talking about the wonderful world of wrestling. This is the third episode of our winter sports previews. First we did speech, then we did basketball. Now it's wrestling time.
The boys wrestlers did very good last year. Last year there was 6 qualifiers for state. They're hoping to bump that up by a lot. I believe in them. I think they can do it.
Oh, definitely.
You said that. They have 16 freshmen this year
Holy
coming in.
Jeez.
So they're investing a lot in those little guys as well.
The program is definitely growing.
Yeah, it's growing for sure.
The girls wrestling scene also growing a lot. I think they went from 5 to 9 wrestlers. They are doing incredibly well. Last year, Annabelle got second, I want to say, and Riley got 5th. They're going to keep on growing, and you know what? Hopefully this season is looking bright for everyone. You can take that from us, but why don't we listen to some wrestlers say that?
Let's do it.
Let's hear about this year's season, what's in store, what's different from last year, just about anything related to wrestling in 2023-4. So, enjoy these interviews. Can you introduce yourself, please?
I'm Wyatt Tramp. I'm a wrestler.
Yeah. How have you been in wrestling since freshman year?
Yep. Really since kindergarten, but yeah.
Are there like little kiddie wrestling?
Yeah. It's really just youth wrestling until you get to high school, then it's junior high, and then you got varsity and all that.
Neat. So, this is like a season preview of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
So, how was last season? How will this season be? And what are some differences or similarities that you're hoping to have between the two?
Well, last season was a little different for me since I missed the first half of it because I was in a sling with metal in my shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a little odd just because I was pretty weak, or weaker, but I still didn't do bad. I mean, I got 5th at state, which was all right, but in reality, I should have got a little higher. This year, I'm hoping to be a little higher, obviously, hopefully to win it, or at least be top 2. But obviously that can change and all that. There are really good wrestlers in my bracket and really good wrestlers around the state. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting. I think I can do good this season. I just have to prove it this year. Looking for my 3rd medal and hopefully a championship. Can't let Robbie get them all, you know.
Yeah.
We're also looking for our first state duels to go down to as a team. We haven't been really able to the past years because, I mean, we haven't even had full teams. This year will be like our first year with a full roster, and that'll be really nice for hopefully making state duels. Because you look at all these teams around us, like Battle Creek and Pierce, all these heavy hitters with just these innumerable amounts of kids who want to go out and wrestle, and we haven't really had that. And now we got 40-some kids, boys and girls, in the wrestling rooms. Now, hopefully we can score a few more points and go down there at state duels and hopefully win it. I mean, there's no reason we can't. I think we can, which would be pretty awesome. And for down in Omaha, Omaha CHI, hopefully it can be at least top 5 this year. My freshman year, we were top 5 down there, and the first time in program history. I mean, we had all these kids medaled really good. I think it was a good year, but last year we were only top 10, which in reality we should have been a lot higher. We all thought we could have been higher, just things didn't go right for us. So we're hoping this year we can bounce back and get back top 5, top 2 maybe.
Yeah, I saw when I first when I first looked at the roster, I saw the picture of the boys and the girls, and that's so many more wrestlers than we've had.
Oh yeah, I mean it's crazy. Like I remember being a little manager at 7th grade, and we took vans down to practice the Crofton boys to Bloomfield. No need. Now we're taking buses. My sophomore year we started taking buses. It was insane. Just the jump from like 5 or 6 kids from Crofton going out to wrestle to 20, 30. It's just I think it's insane. Huge jump. It takes some getting used to with all these new kids. You got to learn their names and stuff, but otherwise it's not bad. It's just I'm glad it's for the program. I mean, kids are looking at our program and seeing, hey, maybe I can go have a winning career, winning season with these guys in wrestling. And I don't mean to take it. Some of them were used to be gung-ho on basketball. They loved basketball. Then all of a sudden they saw us doing good, and then, maybe I'm going to try wrestling out. Now they're just stuck to wrestling.
Yeah.
Would you really attribute that growth in size to the success that your team has had, or is there something different going on that's really encouraging people to go out?
I don't know. I think it's more the success we've had. Because, you see these kids, these upcoming freshmen, they see, Crofton wins this meet, or Crofton Bloomfield does really good in this meet. Crofton Bloomfield has these kids medal and win tournaments and get these awards down at state. And I just think all these freshmen are looking at it gosh, I kind of want to be on that. They want to get on that bandwagon, hopefully bring home some hardware for Crofton Bloomfield. I don't know. I think that's most of it. Just seeing all the winning that we've been trying to do.
What would you say is a hard part in wrestling that not many people understand?
Most people think it's the cutting and stuff, which it does suck the first week or two of it, but as soon as you get down to weight, it's not bad. It's the whole getting in shape part. Because most kids think, I played football, I'll be in great shape. Football shape's nothing.
Wrestling's a whole other beast.
Yeah, because here we went, since we made semis in football, I got 2 days off, then straight to wrestling. I thought, I'll still be okay. I was dying.
Yeah.
It almost takes till Christmas to get in killer shape. My freshman year, I was dying. It took me till probably our 4th, 5th competition to where I felt like, hey, I'm kind of in shape now. And after Christmas, I had to hit treadmill hard. And some of the guys have been swimming now at the community center. We've just been swimming, and running has been my big go-to. I'll just hop on a treadmill, run 3 miles, which isn't a lot considering it's treadmill, but it's just something to break sweat and get your endurance up, which is just huge for wrestling. I feel like my freshman year and sophomore year, I beat kids I was never supposed to. I beat this kid from Boone my freshman year. I think he was ranked Class B. I don't know that for sure, but I was never supposed to beat him. But all of a sudden, here comes third period, and he's getting gas. I'm like, hey, I'm all right. Yeah. This isn't bad. I somehow beat him, but I think that's a big thing, is just getting in shape for most of it.
What would you say are the main qualities that it takes to be a good wrestler? Is it that endurance? Is it strength? What would you say are the kind of main ones?
Endurance and strength are very key factors, but I think most of it is just the will to succeed. You want to win. No matter how much you're down by, no matter how much you're getting beat up by, you're just going to think, all right, I'm going back into this, and I'm going to beat this kid. I think that's the main thing, because Robbie Fisher, you've watched him forever. I mean, he's gone in and just kicked everybody's butt, and he's just because he's good and he wants to win. He really wants that win. And Braden Gunther from Bloomfield, I mean, his freshman year, he quit for a little bit and played basketball, and all of a sudden he thought, what, I don't want to play basketball anymore, and he comes back to wrestling, and all of a sudden this year I think he's ranked in his weight bracket. He comes in and it's just the want to win, and he wanted to win. He wants to be good, so I think that's the main thing. Just these kids who come in and think they're going to lollygag off, they're not going to do much in this sport, but those kids who what, I don't care what people say about me, I want to go win, and they go out there and they just give it all they got, 110%. Those are the kids who want to win, and I like to be around, and those are the kids who are going to be successful in life and wrestling and everything, just the kids who are going to go in there and kick butt, try their best and all that.
Oh, wow, definitely.
Yeah. Is there anybody in particular that inspires you to wrestle? Or any few people just?
obviously you got your big name celebrities like the Kyle Schneiders and the Jordan Burroughs who really want, like you look at them like, I want to be like those guys. I want to be like winning gold medals when I'm 18. But I don't know. Nothing really inspires it. Yeah. Just trying to think. The only thing that really inspires for wrestling is wanting to win. Like, I want that gold medal around my neck eventually.
Yeah.
I think that's most of it. I know that sounds a little selfish, but...
Oh, no. Just the wanting to win, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a wrestling idol, which I mean, I love watching certain wrestlers wrestle. Like, I like these wrestlers, but I don't really like... I want to be like or I take that back. I do want to be like those guys, the winners and all that, but... I don't know. There's so many wrestlers to look up to. It's not even funny. Like Yanni Diakomakis, I'm going to butcher his name, but he was a 4-timer from Cornell, and you got that Russian guy who went 800 and something and 2. I can't pronounce his name. Gosh. I don't know. Those are the guys you want to look up to, like the Jordan Burroughs, the Joe, all those guys, the Ridge Lovitts, just the dudes who kick butt and all that. Mm-hmm. Those are the dudes I kind of look up to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, hopefully we're going somewhere, getting even better as a team.
Yeah.
I'm hoping. We got big meets coming up, hard schedules. It'll be a good year for us. I mean, we pretty much revamped it and looked at a lot harder tournaments and all that. I think it'll be a really good year for us.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for podcasting.
No problem. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you much. Let's go interview Robbie. How is wrestling season this year so far?
It's going good. We're ready for our first competition Saturday, O'Neill. I think we're all really excited for it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So my first question, and this is semi-related to wrestling. What's up with the pants tucked into the socks?
Honestly, I really don't know. We all kind of just do it in practice, like keep it out of our way, and I don't know. We kind of all just start doing it during wrestling season in school and
there you go.
Anywhere.
It's a fashion statement.
The time. Yeah, it is. It really is. How have you improved since freshman year? It's been a road, I assume.
Oh, yeah. It's a lot of lifting, putting some weight on, cutting a lot. Mm-hmm. But, just the weight room, get more practice time, get more experience.
Do you have any hope? I guess, what are your hopes for this season?
Well, obviously to win it this year, but, I also want to make state duels as a team. I don't think we've ever done it before, so that'd be pretty cool to do. And just to see teammates succeed that haven't placed or anything before.
Yeah, so you have been, correct me if I'm wrong, last year and the year before that, did you win?
Sophomore, junior.
So what do you think you would attribute that to? Do you have somewhat of a better workout regimen, or do you want it more? What's your main thing that you have that you're bringing to the table that you think others aren't?
I just have a lot of technique. Like, my technique is, like, I'm maybe undersized compared to some kids, but, like, my technique is, I've been doing it forever, and I'm really sharp with my technique and everything. So.
Definitely. You want to expand on that? Like, what are your specific things?
Just, like, high crotches, just when we're neutral, or just throw-bys, anything really. And then I'm just really quick, and I scramble a lot, which I've been scrambling ever since I was young. So, like, I have a lot of experience with that, and that's where I catch a lot of my kids that they aren't that well in that spot. So then I just get them there, and then.
Yeah.
What has wrestling done for you as, like, a whole?
I think it's really just made me a better person, to be honest. Like, learning how to push myself way farther than what I actually thought, because practices, they're not easy or anything. Cutting weight ain't easy. You got to fix your attitude, because, you can't be a jerk to people when you're hungry and everything. Yeah, so it's really just making me a better person, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. Are there any ways that you prepare for wrestling that's not within a practice or within some sort of organized thing by the school? How do you by yourself kind of prepare for either a meet or just the season as a whole?
I'll start just watch my weight, fix my diet somewhat before the season starts, and I do a lot of the off-season stuff that some kids don't do. So, like, even in the summer I'll still be wrestling or whatever. And, like, if I I sometimes just run at home just to get some pounds off or something, or and get better in shape, I guess. But I also take a lot of hot baths too. So
Do you wrestlers have like any pre-game rituals of
I
any
think
sorts?
most of us really probably just throw our headphones on, listen to some music. Everyone's different, I guess, because I know some kids that just want to be there, hearing everything instead of music. But I'm more of I like my headphones on music type of guy. So
Well, thank you
Thank you for
for
thank
being
you
here.
having me.
Thank you much. Knowledge of a wrestler. Thank you so much.
Yep.
That's all. Welcome to the podcast. Can you introduce yourself, please, Pamela?
Hello, I'm Pamela Dennis.
You are a sophomore?
Yes.
How long have you wrestled for?
I started in my 7th grade year. First time ever wrestling. I did not do good. And 7th grade year was a really bad year for wrestling. I think I won only one match. But, I mean, that one match that I won kept me to keep going. So then I went to 8th grade year. 8th grade year I did pretty good for not having a lot of experience. I lost a little bit, but not too much that it really mattered to me. And then freshman year, the summer of freshman year, I was like still debating doing basketball or wrestling, because I did basketball. I did basketball since I was like in 2nd grade.
Ooh.
And so that was a really hard debate, but then it came out to be wrestling. And I'm glad I chose wrestling because it's been really fun, and my team is really fun, and they're like a weird, crazy family. And freshman year, last year, it had ups and downs. I'd say I won most of the matches that I was supposed to win. There were some that I lost that I shouldn't have, but I learned a lot freshman year. I think I really grew with what's the word for
Growing?
obedience, not like obedience, but
Skill.
and determination.
There it is.
There we go.
I really grew to I just wanted to win, and I wanted to wrestle, and I wanted to go to practice, because the first 2 weeks of wrestling, I would dread going to practice. It was the whole day I was thinking about practice and how bad it was going to feel, and how much I was going to hurt after. But then after a couple of meets and after I started winning and placing, I really wanted to keep going, and I really wanted to get better.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
What got you started in wrestling? Why do you do it? Is there somebody in your family that does it? Is there some sort of higher inspiration? What got you started?
Well, my older cousin Ethan, he did wrestling in high school, and I always remember going to his state wrestling. And going to state wrestling, it's the best experience. They have Maui Wowies, which is a smoothie stand. Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
The food there and watching people wrestle, I always loved that. And then William, when he made it to state, going to state again, amazing experience.
Do it for the smoothies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when Annabelle, my other cousin, who is the siblings to those two cousins, when she joined wrestling in her 8th grade year, I joined in my 7th grade year with her. And so I stuck with it. And then when she did it in freshman year, I also kind of wanted to do it in 8th grade year just to keep going. And then when I went to state for her in her freshman year and watching her wrestle and watching all of the girls wrestle, because this was the first year for girls state wrestling in Nebraska, it kind of flipped a switch on me where I really wanted to experience that, and seeing my cousins do so amazing and well in their wrestling, and see how Annabelle did with this, I really wanted to like be like that. And then Annabelle also wanted me to wrestle with her, and I didn't want to like let her down. So I thought I'd keep going with it, and yeah,
Neat.
sure.
What are your hopes for the season? What do you hope to achieve?
I hope to have a better record this year in wrestling, like more wins than losses, like a good record, because last year it was so. And I hope to go to state, because last year I was so close, and I just did a stupid move, and it did not work. So hopefully I make it to state this year. Yeah, that's my main goal.
How do you feel about the surge that wrestling has had in the past, at least couple years, but mainly this year? We have a big team taking buses to practice.
Yeah. I think it's really fun, like having a bunch of people wrestling around. It gets smelly and it gets hot, but like having like a bunch of different personalities at practice really helps me like keep going, because practice sucks. It hurts. But like having like some kids over here, other kids over here dying just like me, and then kids over here like just they haven't sweat yet, and then kids over here like singing to the Taylor Swift songs and the Olivia Rodrigo. It like having like a whole bunch of different people in there. I really like that, because like if our team was like small and like just kind of boring, then I don't think I would last.
Yeah, just that wide range of personalities and everyone doing everything.
It's a good atmosphere.
Oh yeah, that really helps. And like the growing with like the girls wrestling in these past 2 years, it's been crazy. Like they're thinking of like making classes for girls.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's just like it's been like the fastest growing sport, I think.
Definitely. Yeah.
Like for girls.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And I love like seeing like all of these senior girls like going off to college to go wrestle somewhere else, and it's like now colleges have girls wrestling, and it's crazy, and I like that how much it's grown in such little of time.
Oh, yeah.
Do you guys have any pre-game rituals that you do?
You love that question.
I love that question.
I don't know. The girls, we just like spend time together, and we're like hyping each other up, like saying every match is beatable. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
we don't really have like a big like ritual, like something that we do every single meet.
Yeah. I think that's good. Are we hoping for state, and then
Yep.
hopefully just big things after that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Keep on
Hoping
going.
everybody does good.
Hoping everybody
Yeah.
does good. Yay.
No one gets hurt.
No.
Yeah, no one gets hurt.
Hopefully
That's
no one gets
important.
hurt.
Yeah.
Wrestling's crazy.
Yeah.
You're snapping somebody's leg in half. Not really, but you can.
I'm sure you could.
I've seen it done.
Yeah. It could happen. I've seen some injuries. It's kind of
Wrestling's crazy. I could never do it. I don't know how you do it.
me neither.
It's.
Honestly.
I think it seems like a really cool sport. I haven't watched it much, but
Oh, yeah.
it sounds very intense as well.
Yeah.
Especially being like a one-on-one sport. Like
Oh,
you
yeah,
don't have
very
your
much.
teammates to save you.
Yeah. It's like it's one of the sports where like you can't blame your loss on someone else.
Yeah.
You can only blame it on yourself, and you can also like hype yourself up when you win. So it's something that really like builds confidence and like helps character build.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Amazing.
Amazing.
What a sport, that wrestling.
On God.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Those are some pretty neat interviews.
Really good.
I'm impressed with how much wrestlers know how to talk.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, Wyatt's interview, what a great time.
Good time.
Also, Robbie's interview, very speedy, but
It was.
he got there.
There was a bunch of information in that
There was
time.
a lot of information. Pamela really knows what she's talking about for being just a sophomore. It's really good interviews, very good for a podcast. We should do another one about wrestling, but not right now.
But not right now.
Maybe next year.
Because this is the time for the outro.
This is the time for the outro. You are correct, Quinlan.
Yeah.
So, Thank you for listening to the Crofton Warrior podcast. We really appreciate your continued support and the fun stuff that not only Quinlan and I get to do, but the entire journalism team as a whole. I'm appreciative for that beautiful segue that Quinlan just did. You can catch us on Instagram at Crofton Journalism, TikTok at Warrior Journalism, Crofton Warriors on Facebook and Twitter, at Jack Schiefer on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok if you want just me. If you want to see Quinlan, just go to his house or something. Quinlan, what is the quote of the day?
I like John Cena.
All right. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We'll see you next Monday. Bye-bye.
You have a good day.